A young tech worker stunned a crowd at a Capitol summit by accusing President Trump of letting AI destroy his life. But Trump's fiery comeback sparked a debate that left everyone questioning who's really winning in the age of automation. President Donald Trump stepped out onto the steps of the U.S. Capitol, where a crowd of tech industry leaders, policymakers, and press had gathered for a special summit on America's technological future. The event, called the National Tech Innovation Forum, was meant to highlight Trump's vision for keeping the U.S. at the forefront of global tech advancements. Reporters adjusted their cameras, aides stood ready, and security personnel scanned the crowd. Trump raised his hand to wave, his signature smile flashing as he prepared to speak. But before he could even start, a voice rang out from the crowd, sharp and angry. "You let AI take my job, Mr. President," a young man shouted, standing up from the middle of the audience. Trump froze, his hand still raised. He turned, his eyes locking onto the young man in a yellow shirt, and pointed directly at him. "How you came in here," Trump snapped, his voice carrying that familiar mix of surprise and authority. The crowd went silent, every head turning to the young man. His name was Kael Drayton, a 27-year-old software developer from Seattle who had lost his job 6 months ago when his company replaced his entire team with AI systems. Kael had managed to get into the event through a tech association invite, but he wasn't here to listen to speeches. He was here to confront the president. "I came in here to tell you the truth," Kael shot back, his voice steady despite the tension. "Your administration is letting big tech companies replace workers like me with AI, and you're doing nothing to stop it." Trump stepped closer to the edge of the steps, his hand still pointing at Kael. "Excuse me, young man, but I don't think you understand what's going on here. AI is making America the leader in the future, not the past. It's tremendous, absolutely tremendous." Kael shook his head, refusing to back down. "Tremendous for who? Not for me. I had a good job, Mr. President. I was supporting my family, paying my bills, building a future. Then my company brought in AI to do my work for half the cost. Now I'm out on the street, and you're telling me that's progress?" The crowd murmured, some nodding in agreement with Kael, others waiting to see how Trump would respond. Trump adjusted his tie, his expression a mix of annoyance and determination. "Look, I know technology, okay? I've been around the best tech people, the smartest people, and let me tell you something. AI is creating jobs, not taking them. It's making everything faster, better, stronger. You should be happy about that." Kael crossed his arms, his voice rising with frustration. "Happy? I'm not happy, sir. I'm broke. My company laid off 200 people in my department alone, and we're not the only ones. Millions of workers are losing their jobs to AI, and your administration is just sitting there, letting it happen. Why aren't you doing anything to protect us?" Trump waved his hand dismissively. "Protect you? I am protecting you. I'm protecting America. We're competing with China, with Europe, with everybody. If we don't have AI, we fall behind. You want to fall behind? I don't. I like winning, and that's what we're doing. Winning." "That's easy for you to say," Kael replied, his tone sharp. "You're not the one who lost everything. I studied for years to get my degree. I worked hard to get that job. And now I'm delivering food just to pay my rent. How is that winning for me?" Trump stepped down one of the Capitol steps, closing the distance between him and Kael. Security moved closer, but Trump waved them off. "Let me tell you something," Trump said, his voice firm. "I've met a lot of workers, okay? Thousands of them, and they love what I'm doing. They say, 'Mr. President, thank you for making America #1 in tech.' You're the first one I've heard complaining like this." "Maybe I'm the first one who's brave enough to say it to your face." Kael shot back, his eyes locked on Trump. "I voted for you, sir. I believed in your promises. You said you'd fight for the American worker, but right now it feels like you're fighting for the big tech companies instead." The crowd gasped softly, the tension rising. Trump stared at Kael for a long moment, then pointed at him again. "You've got guts, I'll give you that. I like people with guts. But you're wrong. I'm fighting for everybody. AI is the future. You can't stop the future, you've got to embrace it." Kael took a step forward, his voice steady but intense. Embrace it? How am I supposed to embrace something that's taking my livelihood away? I'm not against technology, Mr. President. I'm a tech worker. I love innovation. But when it comes at the cost of people's jobs, people's lives, that's not progress. That's destruction. Trump crossed his arms, his expression shifting to one of determination. Look, young man, I get it. Change is hard. I've been through a lot of changes, believe me. But let me tell you something. When I started in business, I had to adapt. I had to learn new things, take risks, make tough choices. That's what you need to do. Adapt. Adapt? Kael's voice cracked with frustration. How am I supposed to adapt when I can't even get another job? Every company I apply to is replacing workers with AI. My skills, my experience, they don't mean anything anymore. You're letting these companies automate everything, and you're not even trying to help the workers who are getting left behind. Trump shook his head, his tone firm. That's not true. We're doing a lot, okay? A lot. We've got programs, training programs, the best programs. We're teaching people new skills, getting them ready for the future. You just need to take advantage of that. Kael's voice softened, but his words were pointed. I tried, sir. I applied for one of those programs. They told me there's a 2-year waiting list. 2 years? I can't wait that long. I need to pay my bills now. My family needs me now. What am I supposed to do in the meantime? The crowd was silent now, hanging on every word. Trump studied Kael for a moment, then nodded slowly. I hear you, okay? I hear what you're saying. And let me tell you, I didn't know about the waiting list. That's not good at all. I'm going to look into that, I promise you. We're going to fix that. Kael nodded, but his expression showed he wasn't fully convinced. I hope you mean that, sir. Because people like me, we're counting on you. We're not asking for handouts. We just want a fair shot. Trump gave a small smile, pointing at Kael one last time. You've got my word, and I always keep my word. We're going to make this right, for you and for everybody. But let me be clear, AI is here to stay. It's making America strong, stronger than ever. You've just got to trust me on this. Kael sat down, his hands clenched in his lap, still processing the exchange. Trump turned back to the crowd, raising his hand to wave. Now, let's get to this summit, okay? We've got a lot to talk about, a lot of great things happening in tech. The crowd clapped, some more enthusiastically than others, as Trump delivered a short speech about America's tech advancements. But the real moment everyone would remember was the debate that had just unfolded. As the event wrapped up, Trump stepped down from the Capitol steps, waved to the crowd one last time, and walked back toward the entrance, his security team following closely behind. The confrontation with Kael Drayton had been unexpected, but it had shown everyone just how high the stakes were for workers in the age of AI. If this moment got you thinking about the impact of AI on jobs, hit that subscribe button for more stories that dive into the issues that matter. And let us know in the comments, what do you think about AI and job displacement? Should the government do more to protect workers? We'd love to hear your thoughts.